Hey friends, I'm back today with a video on a brand that I love so intensely, and today I gotta say I love them even more because oh my goodness gracious, I feel like if you watched all of my videos that I've put out about this brand, you've heard it before and you're about to hear it again, but this brand has outdone themselves yet again. I don't know how they continue to up their packaging game every single time, but they do. And if you haven't figured it out by now, the brand that I'm talking about today is Nomad Cosmetics, and the palette that I'm talking about is the Royal Europe palette. So this is the outer packaging for the palette, and it is gorgeous, and I feel like I'm very happy about this for numerous reasons, but let's just start at the top. I love that the package is indicative of what's in the inside because I really hate when you see really cool, interesting packaging and then the inside is really flat and boring and you're like, what just happened here? I totally just got punked, but this is certainly beautiful, and I'm telling you, when you guys see the actual palette, it just gets better from there. This was sent to me. I am not affiliated with this brand. However, I do have a code that you can use. If you use it, it is only for you guys. I get nothing as a kickback. It is simply to save you a little bit of money, and that is Jaclyntriesit. Just so you guys know, this is $57, and it is a cruelty-free and vegan palette. It will be releasing on the 28th of March. Now, technically, if you are in my area, EST, then it will be at about midnight. If you are elsewhere, it'll be slightly after that. All right, so now let me show you, without further ado, this beautiful packaging. But seriously, I don't mean to seem kind of like but I'm kind of like So this, I don't know if you can tell, is all textured. It's almost like, and I think it is actually, that every layer was cut and then put on top of each other, so it would have this really interesting textured and kind of raised up surface, which I am obsessed with. How do they do this? I'm telling you, the cutouts that they used to do in their packaging, and that I'm sure hopefully they will do again in the future, was so inventive and different, and I just thought, oh, how can you even top that? And this, oh my gosh, the amount of time that had to go into designing this, I can't even imagine what it took. As usual, there is a cause that they are supporting, and this time it is the UNESCO World Heritage Center, and they are actually out there preserving different historical and heritage sites, and I find that to be really cool and something that is so important, because I feel like if we lose our history and all the things that make us who we are, that we can't learn anything. And so I could do a whole after school special about my thoughts on history. So we'll just table that for now, and we'll talk about the palette. But let me just say, I find that there is huge importance in history, so I find that to be a great cause. So with that being said, again, this packaging, it's divine. It's divine. The back is super beautiful. Like, I think that they just crushed it. And this is the inside of the packaging. And okay, you guys, when I say I freaked out when this arrived, because number one, they did multi-chromes, like 100%. They are so beautiful. Actually, I'm going to try and use the mirror to my advantage. Yeah, I suck at this. Okay, I'm trying to use the mirror to my advantage so you can see some of the shifts in these. Oh my gosh, I was immediately so excited because I love multi-chromes. Obviously, if you've watched this channel, if you know, you know. The second I saw this jewel tone color story, I was so excited because everything pairs together just absolutely perfectly. The only thing I would have done even remotely different, and you didn't need to do this. You don't need to do this. I don't need this. This is just being extremely nitpicky, looking for one thing, and it's the same thing I say about every palette. I would have added one highlight shade. Just one highlight shade, but guess what? Your girl did just fine without it. I didn't need it. I moved on. My life was, I'm still living, I'm still breathing, and I'm quite happy with this. So let's just talk about it. So the matte formula is exactly what you come to know and expect and love from Nomad. It is very easy to use. It blends very well with the other shades that are within this palette. Now let's talk about the multi-chromes. Your girl is not wearing an eyeshadow base at all. And can we talk about how much I'm feeling this eyeshadow? I am feeling this eyeshadow, and I genuinely feel that they just nailed this formulation. I am very happy with it. I think that if you guys are interested in this color story, or you like to support Nomad, you will not be let down. I think that this might be the most I've been excited about a palette this whole year. This might be the one. I think this is the one. So with that being said, I'm gonna do some swatches for you guys. I'm gonna do this eye look, I'm gonna do another eye look, and if I have time, I'm gonna do a third eye look because your girl is feeling all of this business right here. And I'll be back at the very end with my final thoughts. Okay, so what I did today was I used the shade Schönenbrunn Palace, and I put that in my crease and I blew it out to about 2/3 over, shocker, and I did the same on my lower lash line. Then I took the shades Willow Palace and Neptune Fountain, and I mixed those together and I put them in my outer V on both the top and the bottom. Then I took the shade Royal Orb and I put it all over my lid, and I put it underneath as well. And then I put Imperial Crown on the very center on the top and bottom. All right, so here's what I did today. I took the shades Peanut Palace, and I might be saying that wrong, and I took the shade The Ballroom, and I mixed those two shades together, and I put that into my crease about 2/3 over, and I blew it out and did the same on the lower lash line. Then I took the shades Great Hall and Buckingham Palace. I mixed those together. I put it in my outer V. And then I took just one shade because it is so shifty, which is the shade Imperial Crown, and I put that all over my lid and on the underside, and I went back with a little bit of the last two in the outer V just to kind of deepen it back up. But can we just take a minute, because I didn't use any kind of eyeshadow primer, and it is just like boom, pow, super shifty, very impactful. I am so excited. They did a thing here. All right, you guys, so the first thing I did was I took the shade Pina Palace or Pina? I'm so sorry. And The Ballroom, and I mixed those two shades together, and I put it into my crease and into my under eye area, and I blew that out, and it's probably about 2/3 of my lid area. Then I took the shades Palace of Versailles, Hall of Mirrors, and Buckingham Palace, and I mixed them all together, and I put it into my outer V and underneath. Then I took the shade Bleu de France, and I put it all over my lid, and then I followed up with St. Edward's Crown just in the corner. All right, I am back, and I want to give you my final thoughts. The brand that we are talking about is Nomad Cosmetics, and they have done it again, y'all. That's all I am saying. I am very pleased with this palette, like 100% across the board with all aspects of it. They smashed it. So the palette that we are talking about is the Royal Europe palette, and this is the outer packaging. It is beautiful. It perfectly encompasses what's on the inside of the palette. It's $57, cruelty-free and vegan, and it releases on the 28th of March at 12:01 EST, but if you are in a different time zone, just adjust that to where you live. This is the outer packaging. Let's talk about the palette. They clearly did some work. I mean, this takes a lot of thought and planning to come up with this kind of packaging. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but this is actually all textured, and every little cutout is a new layer that made this texture. And I just feel that is so innovative. Nomad really does a thing when it comes to packaging and just in general with their color stories. Every time they are wowing me. And I'm not just saying that because they sent me this palette. It's great that they do that. However, you guys know I am kind of brutally honest. But I think this might be my favorite palette that I've tried this year. I just feel like they did a great job. When you open it up, this is the color story that's on the inside, and it is these gorgeous jewel tones. Oh, my eyes were so happy when they clapped upon this because it is perfect. Like, I love it. It is gorgeous. All of the colors work really well together. The mattes are that typical formula that's just extremely blendable and easy to use. The multi-chromes, I didn't even use an eye base with this. So this is just on my bare eye. Now, I will say I do not have oily lids, so if you do, you may still just want to use one for that reason, but I am quite happy with the performance. I gotta put it out there for you. In my opinion, they totally nailed that multi-chrome formula, as they do with everything else that I have ever tried from them. I am super excited that I got a chance to share it with you. Super excited! He's super excited. He just scared the shit out of me. And I'm super excited. And I'm super excited I got a chance to share it with you guys today. So with all of that being said, I definitely think that if you like this brand, or you like this color story, or you like this packaging, you will not be let down. I definitely think it is worth picking up, and I hope that everybody has enjoyed this video. I do have a coupon code if you want to pick up this palette and save a little bit of money. It does not give me any kickbacks. It is just for you guys. It is Jaclyntriesit. And if you are thinking about picking up this palette, let me know down below. Tell me what your thoughts are on it, because I think they did a great job. And with that being said, I hope that everybody is staying safe and healthy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.